Hey everybody, welcome into Farm Cooking with Nan. This is just going to be a quick little something that I'm going to make to take somewhere, okay? I needed to take something and I had already made the two ingredient lemon bars. And so I'm putting in 2 cups of milk, and this is just a 2.9 ounce. They keep smaller and smaller. They're getting smaller and smaller. Used to be 3.4. Now it's 2.9. So I'm going to take off. I put one of these in here. This is just regular instant pudding. Lemon instant pudding. Then I'm going to beat this up real good with a whisk. And I'm going to set it in the refrigerator just for a few minutes. And let it set up. Okay, I think everything is good and dissolved. Good and dissolved. So I'll put that in the refrigerator and we'll get started. Okay, I'm just making this up as I go, okay? I've got some Philadelphia cheesecake no bake. It's already mixed up. I'm gonna put some of this in here. That's probably about a cup, maybe a little bit more than a cup. And I'm just gonna whip it a little bit. Just to get it, good and mixed up, because sometimes I might put just a little bit more, young'uns. I might as well use that whole tub. So this was a half of tub is what I'm using, okay? You don't always have to have a recipe to make something. I'm just going to go ahead and put the rest of this in there. And this was a, let me see if I can find it here. It was a 1 pound and 3 ounce container. So I'm going to beat this real good. My pudding is setting up in the refrigerator. It don't usually take but a few minutes. Whoops. Well, my little beater came loose, didn't it? When I was putting them in, I thought, did you get that in there tight enough? And I didn't. Put that in there to my little sink full of soapy water. And then I'm going to check on my pudding. It is not set up. What in the world happened? Hang on. Let me get my little box here. It's getting to where they don't even put the directions on there, but half a cup of no, that's pudding. Half a cup. Let's see. This is cook and serve. Oh my mercy. Hang on and let me see if I can get this fixed. Okay. Had to go back to the pudding thing. You know what I'm saying? Had to go back and look. I've got pudding. I'm going to stir this up now. A little bit. Now we're going to put our dish together. Let me get my bearings about me. Y'all ever have anything like that happen to you? Probably not, but boy, like old Murphy's Law, if it can happen, it happens to me. So first thing I'm going to do is take some of the lemon bars and I'm going to place them all the way around on the inside of the bowl. I made a sugar-free dessert to take because I thought to myself, well, there'll be some of us there that can't have you know, that can't have sugar. So let me put a big one in the center. If you're making the 2 ingredient, if you've made the 2 ingredient, they're a little moist, but they're good. They're a little moist though. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of blueberry pie filling, okay? Let me grab me a spoon. Oh, mercy. I get too many things piled up right here. Drop my spoon in my fork in my other things. Boy, it never, let me stir it up a little bit. Sometimes those blueberries go to the bottom, don't they? Just gonna, this is not gonna be a big thing probably. But we're gonna put some of the cream cheese that I'm gonna put some of this cheesecake all the way around. You know, this is gonna be good. Sometimes you don't have to have a recipe, young'uns. Just go with the flow. Look around in your house and think, what do I have that I can use? And wait and see what you can come up with. Blueberries, lemon is so good together. I'm gonna wait and save that other. Pop might shoot me. Him and Bella really like these lemon squares, but he likes blueberries too. So, just fit your, you want it to look pretty from the outside. So I'm turning it every other one like that and putting a big one in the center. I've got about enough for one more layer. Let me get my little cloth and wipe my hands. And then we'll go with another layer of pudding. Well, I don't think I even put any pudding on that first one, did I? Nope. So this layer will be some of the pudding. Make sure I get that all the way around. I'll have to clean my bowl up when this is over. I'll have to clean it up real good because you want it to look good. We're going to put a lot of the blueberry pie filling, okay? I'm going to spread that all over it. Do you think this is going to be good? I think they're going to like it. My bunch at church they definitely like a good dessert. Now, I'm going to put some cream cheese. Cheesecake. I call it cream cheese, but it's cheesecake. Just a little, even if it's just in the center. I'm going to get that flavor in there. Okay. Back to the drawing board again here. You know, just enough. Look at that. Let me rinse my hands real quick. I've got soapy water over here. Soapy water. And Look at that. I didn't save Papa one, did I? Well, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. I'm gonna put the rest of this cheesecake. Let's see, it's hard for me to hold this bowl without getting stuff all over me. Don't want to drop my old antique bowl. Love my old bowls. Okay. This one goes into the water and another hand is being wiped off on the cloth. The cream cheese and the I end up not having another lemon pudding, so I used y'all might think this is awful, but I left the cook and serve pudding in there, and I just mixed a cheesecake instant pudding with it. So it still has the lemony flavor and the cheesecake flavor. Let me think about what I'm doing here, y'all. I'm gonna put this in there next, the pudding. I hope they eat all this up. I don't know how many people will be there. Well, I splattered it all over me. I'm gonna have to clean up this mess. Ruby, what are you doing? Okay, the rest of the blueberry. I'm gonna grab something, a little spatula, and get every bit of that out of there. See, this is what happens. See all that coming out there? You miss every bit of that if you don't get in there. Look, if you don't get in there and get it out, that's just, as I call it goody. I've always called it get the goody stuff out of there. I don't want to take it all the way over to the edges, but I want people to know what they are eating. That way, they're not saying, I wonder what that is. They're going to look at it and they're going to go, hey, that is blueberry. I've got a little bit of Cool Whip here, and I'm going to put just a little bit of Cool Whip. I want to leave it to where you can tell that it is got some blueberries in it. Look at that. Now let me clean up my bowl. I've got stuff around on my bowl for sure. Right there. Let me see if I can. And grab a little paper. Just a little bit more. Hang on a minute. Just a little bit more right around that top. I might have to wet that just a little bit. If you wet your paper towel a little bit, it brings it off a little bit better. I think I just touched it and got some more on there. I think that's good. Wipe that right around the top again. How does that look, young'uns? Does that look good? Now, you know what? I just thought, well, I can take those brand new bars that I just made, and I can definitely, I wished I'd had one blueberry left. I think I'm going to just scrape that one little dab right in the center. How's that look? Does that look good enough to eat? I'm gonna put this thing in the supermarket. Listen to me. I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator. Look at that. Isn't that gonna be good? Oh, let me wipe underneath there, all the way around. But we've got cream, cheese, we've got lemon pudding, we've got cheesecake pudding, we've got Cool Whip, we've got 2 ingredient lemon bars in there, and we've got a whole 21 ounce can of blueberry pie filling. And you know what? You could change this into a dozen different things. You could change this into strawberries. You know, just use a cheesecake pudding and use the cheesecake already made up. Let me look at all my things over here. Put them down in there and let them soak a little bit. But it's the Philadelphia cheesecake no bake. I used at least a half a container of that. And so you could use that, use strawberries, and just do the cheesecake pudding in it. Use you some Cool Whip, and use strawberry filling if you wanted to use strawberry, or cherry. You could do cherry too. So this is just called a lemon blueberry trifle. Okay? So I hope you get a chance to make one. If you've got any of your lemon bars left over from making them the other day when I had the recipe, you can just, you could use those so quickly. Make a smaller one, make it in a smaller bowl if you've already eaten a lot of your lemon bars. And I hope and pray that you all enjoy this so very much. And I hope the people at church enjoy it too. For me, I really appreciate it. But I love y'all, and I appreciate you coming and watching, and I hope you get a chance. You know, I'm all about, I'm going to tell you something. No, I'll tell you that some other time. But I'm all about repurposing things. You buy something for one certain thing, and then I want you to look at it, and I'm telling you, this is a gift from the Lord. And when he just lets me look at stuff, not just food, but I'm talking about things that you bring into your house or whatever, and you think, you know what, I could make so-and-so out of that, or I could take that apart and turn it upside down, and I could use it for this, or I could use it for that. God always gave me the eye for that. I count that as a blessing. He gave me the eye for that. And so just look around, even in your food, in your thing that look in the refrigerator and say, what kind of leftovers do I have? Or what can I make with it? And you know what? You make your money go so much farther. Look, I've took one dish, which was the two ingredient lemon bars, and turn them into a lemon blueberry trifle. Now, I had extra, the Philadelphia cheesecake I needed to use up. I had a half a container of Cool Whip. I needed to use that up, where I used the other part in another recipe today to take to church. So, you know, I hope you get a chance to make it. I know I'm rattling on, but I love y'all and appreciate you so very much. Thank you for liking and following my page and telling other people about it. I really appreciate that. I said this little cooking page will go into the homes that God means for it to go into. And I truly believe that with all my heart. It ain't nothing I've done. I give God all the glory. Well, I will let you go. I will see y'all next time, Lord willing, okay? And maybe we can do another recipe. Bye-bye.